I have the privilege of introducing Bernard Otterman, the author of these remarkable short stories, fictions which are in response to the Holocaust. Dr. Otterman was a child in the Holocaust. He is late in emerging as a writer, but just like the golem he created, I think he's extremely advanced in his newborn form. Bernard, would you share with us, as best you can, the well springs of these fictions? The Golem of Auschwitz is a story which rewrites history, which plays with divinity, and which perhaps gives you the opportunity to add to our perception of the Holocaust. I confess that until I consented to publish your book, I have steadfastly resisted publishing fiction related to the Holocaust because authenticity seems so important. But it was the dimensions that you bring to the history and the emotional response which you bring, which so engaged me and which I feel is such an essential addition to the literature. How did you think of this peculiar situation in the first place?
As far as the Golem of Auschwitz is concerned, I was in the midst of writing these Holocaust stories when I came across the legend that you've heard about. And we all know that legends and myths have a tremendous power over the human imagination. So I thought that would it be possible to update the Golem story, which is traditionally assigned to the 16th century, and make it current and make it live and make it relevant to the Holocaust. Because I think young people, older people, but particularly young people, I think are more interested in more current events. So my first task was to learn about golem making, and I was fortunate to find at the Yeshiva University a thesis about golem making, and learn that golem making was not unique to the 16th century, but had been attempted, and actually animals, golem-like animals, had been created by the rabbis, so they claimed. And so there was that. And then I saw the potential of, if I wrote this story, of coping with some of my own doubts and questions. Where was God in Auschwitz? You know, as a Holocaust survivor, I'm bothered by that. You know, where was God in Auschwitz? So it gave me the opportunity to ask that question and answer it, as you heard, in a certain kind of way. It also gave me the opportunity to describe some of the events that went on in Auschwitz. So that was good. And slowly and carefully, you know, one is a writer, one uses one's imagination. Obviously, I needed a secular character, which was the doctor. I needed a very religious, God-fearing person, Chaim. And slowly and carefully, I developed that story.
And I think it's a great gift to all of us. Did the creation of the story bring you satisfaction? Bring you relief from any of the feelings you had brought forward out of your childhood in the Holocaust?
No, I don't think it gave me personal relief. I mean, I was happy with the solution that God was hiding, and I do believe for myself that that was the case. But I wouldn't be sitting here if I had been to Auschwitz personally. My mother and I escaped on the train, which was carrying us to Auschwitz, and I never experienced Auschwitz. The story gives me satisfaction to hear it read so beautifully, to have it read privately at home, to think about it, that it will be read by young men and women who will learn about our Jewish tradition of the Golem, the Kabbalah, which has the secret formulas for Golem creation. They will learn our traditions, and they will also learn the sad and cruel facts of Auschwitz.
The story said God was in hiding in the Golem of Auschwitz, and she wants to know why you don't say why God was in hiding, or why you think God was in hiding.
Well, obviously, I don't know why God was in hiding. I put him into hiding because emotionally, that's what I needed to do. I can't live with the idea that there is no God. I don't think the idea of God hiding is original to me. I think other scholars and writers have proposed it, and I just adopted it as my belief, for that period of time. But obviously, at the end of the story, I'm trying to say through Tikva that somehow God had returned, and that both the War of Independence and particularly the 1967 war probably were miraculous events and perhaps show the presence once again of God.